So dearly did you love our game that you have sought me out again. Let us resume at once. I too have grown rather engrossed. Easily the mind unravels. Some say it's pain that does it best, others darkness. But I say neither. Rather, I say a mind cannot be more soundly broken than when it beholds its earnest efforts laid low in a single stroke. Could you survive such despair? We shall see. Here, I have an amphora destined for Sir Moritz in Batal. Deliver it to him, but beware. It's rather fragile. I do hope your struggle will amuse.
I'll admit, I did worry you'd forgotten me. Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
What I wouldn't give to be inside with a mug of warm ale.
Grumbling isn't like to improve our situation, you know.
I have a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
It is a tad inconvenient that we can't share equipment.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
This rain is cold as ice. With this, my magics are yours to wield.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind. The creature's corpse will serve us well.
You cut quite the hunter's figure.
seem our fight is not yet done.
We must focus on finding victory, whatever our discomfort.
'Tis easily done. You're staring, Arisen. Has aught yonder caught your eye? This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
Let me get that.
What manner of treasures will I find today? I can scarce wait to find out. To get caught out in such a downpour.
Take heart. The worst it can do is drench our equipment.
You would have me lead? Consider it done. Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot. Really now? You mustn't shirk your duty, lest you forget 'tis the Arisen we serve here.
Oh, very well. Back to your side I go.
What manner of treasures will I find today? I can scarce wait to find out.
As you wish. I shall return directly.
This is most fortuitous.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
I've a knack for combining materials that I hope you'll find.
An appropriate choice, Arisen. I'll gladly take the lead.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? I suppose there can be no harm in...
Come to think of it, different masters favor different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Words worth hearing.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll...
If I might be so bold as to speak my mind? Different masters favor different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Words worth hearing. Let me get that. Water is spilling through the cracks here. What could be the cause?
You wish me at the vanguard? By your will.
It's are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
If that is what you wish, Arisen, I'll go on ahead.
The creature's corpse will serve us well.
You cut quite the hunter's figure. In another world, I learned that a forgotten rift stone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? Now then, which way?
What are we tarrying for? Onward, I say.
These victuals would make for a fine repast.
You ought to exercise more restraint.
My magics are at your disposal. Oh, there's something written here.
Let's have a look then.
You there? Have you a home in Batal? If not, well, look no further. As it so happens, I've one to sell. Now, I've noticed you tend to travel with pawns. Bold choice here in Batal, where they're ill-loved. So I thought you might prefer a home of your own to stay at, rather than a crowded inn. Well, what say you? A wise decision, sir. Do be sure to read over the deed. Here you are, dear.
You there. You seem like a learned individual. Surely you have an interest in the mighty Sphinx depicted on yonder wall? 'Tis a beast of fearsome intellect, whose riddles have confounded some of the greatest sages in history. Indeed, 'tis said that answering its questions is but a portion of the puzzle. Should the day come that you seek to challenge the Sphinx yourself, you would do well to look to this mural for wisdom. Isn't that heaven's fend? Hold a moment, sir, if you please. That amphora you hold, 'tis a thing you've brought from afar, is it not? Why, I can hardly believe it. 'Twas no, you see, centuries ago, my family was charged with a duty to await a traveller bearing just such an amphora as the one you now hold. For generations, the task of keeping vigil here has been passed down through my family. Ne'er did I imagine I would have the honor of witnessing its end. My thanks for your part in this, sir. The amphora will be safe in my keeping. You can count on that. What am I supposed to do? Behold the Sphinx's terrifying visage for yourself, if you dare. 'Tis inscribed on the amphora.
Boy, what's your problem? Walking about with pawns in tow? I mislike that. You from Vermont? Bet you're as prejudiced as the rest of your lot. Well, got something you want to say, eh? Save it. You're not welcome here. Suppose you didn't know, but we don't allow Vermundian scum in this tavern. But I've got a heart of gold, me. I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself. All you've got to do is prove your mettle against these sods, alone. That is. If you're bested, then we'll take all you've got. It's only fair, ain't it? Put your back into it!
Well now, quite the brawl we're having here. But I must say, these odds are rather craven. Did you leave your honor at the door?
And who are you supposed to be? You a friend of this one?
Nay, I'm a sellsword. Coin is my only ally. 'Tis not my conscience that called me here. No. I simply cannot stomach acts of cowardice. Is there even one among you with the grit for a proper duel, one-on-one?
What'd be in it for us, eh?
The fact that I'd refrain from breaking your jaw. That's not quite the reaction I was hoping for. Mayhap you know not my face. How about my name then?
Ragnall? You're him. From the Scarlet Rains and the battle for Jeremiah? Well, 'tis clear you're a man best not crossed. But I trust you'll have no complaints so long as there's only one of us. Aye? Oi, bring it out!
Where's that reprobate gotten off to? We'll see if you can escape me a second time. Show him your metal!
I don't believe it. You're a bloody menace, you are. Come on, you lot. We're leaving.
Fine work, that was. Pray, save your thanks. I've no need of it. After all, judging by the skill with which you won that duel just now, I dare say you'd have bested those louts even if— I suppose that coward knew he was no match for you in a fair fight, so he had that beast take the beating for him. At any rate, 'tis safe to say you've piqued my interest. I hope our paths cross again someday. Of course, I can't promise I'll be as amicable then. As a sellsword, 'tis my policy to let my employer decide friend from foe. I'm sure you understand. Till next time.
One cannot help but what—
Doesn't seem like you and I are going to be sharing a drink anytime soon. A shame that. 'Tis safe to say you've piqued my interest. I hope our paths cross again some— As I've said, I'm a sellsword. Perhaps our next meeting will be on the battlefield, eh? I'd not say no to the chance to prove my mettle against yours.
Well, well. Very good. Well, well. The amphora has been delivered intact. I'd not thought you had it in you. Though I'd hoped to savor your dismay, you shall have your prize all the same.
Not bad, all things considered.
Now, questions beget questions, and I have one for you. How many riddles have you solved thus far? My memory fails me, you see. Remind me, and make it plain. Let yonder statues be your means. For every question aptly answered, bring one here before me. Let yonder statues be your means. For every question aptly answered, bring one here before me. This is your answer? Are you sure of your count? My, that's quite a number. And the correct one, no less. I see you're keeping track. Of course, your erudition shan't go unrewarded. So vast is this world, and full of life. You are but one of many. Indeed, in the grand scheme, we are as distinct from one another as pebbles on a beach. Yet we do so love to extol our differences. But are these differences so great? If you believe so, this next task should prove exceedingly simple. I seek this man. If men are so distinct, I'm sure you'll find him in a trice.
regarding the Queen Regent and an important...
You're the Arisen, aye? There's aught I'd ask of you. A personage of great esteem is to return from Batal to Vermund. I speak of Sir Augustin. He is a noble and the leading voice of opposition against the Queen Regent. Your aid is requested in guarding his ox cart as it travels the high road. As a potential ally to your cause, 'twould do you no favors if he were to come to harm. I trust he will cooperate. And bear in mind that this is a matter of the utmost secrecy. Not even the captain of the guard has been informed of it.
You have your orders. Read them and follow them to the letter.
Our aid is required, Master. Let us depart with due haste.
E'er since the reign of Rothaeus, the founder of Vermund, the village of Malv has played an indispensable role in the defense of our kingdom against the dragon. Yet not only has the dragon been allowed to devastate the village, but in the wake of its attack, you dared to submit what are clearly false reports of having felled the beast. None save the Sovereign can fell the dragon. Perchance you mistook an overgrown wyvern for the bringer of calamity. The fault here lies with you, Ser Ulrika. You have failed in your duty as acting chief.
With all due respect, Sir Martin, our village has dispatched many of its young hands to the northern stronghold since its completion. Was it not the former consul who decreed that the stronghold should serve to defend the kingdom, with Malv offering aid only where needed? Yet the stronghold has remained entirely silent to our plight. How can you say that the fault is ours to bear?
I know of no such agreement. At the very least, Queen Regent Disa has mentioned naught of the kind.
But I'm quite sure the consul...
You would dare misrepresent the words of the dead? Or do you mean to imply that the Queen Regent has spoken falsely? If so, then Malv's problems run far deeper than I had thought. 'Tis not indolence that has taken root here, but treason. The village entire will answer for this.
What? I intended nothing of the sort. Pray, let us...
Save your honeyed words, traitor. I must inform the Queen Regent of this development. I've no time for pointless chatter. Will this take long?
Won't someone hold about?
That's it! I've had
over
enough.
the edge!
Will this take long?
I have things to do if you don't.
You came to see me. Forgive me, I've much to ponder. Still, how would you like to stay the night? I've yet to repay you for aught you've done for me. A small show of hospitality is surely the least I can do. 'Twas by your godly efforts that Malv escaped the worst of the dragon's assault. The people of this village are more precious to me than life itself. To lose them would have been the end of me. You have my earnest gratitude, friend. I wanted to tell you that. If now, 'tis time we slept. There is much to be done for the village, and I shan't manage it without a good night's sleep.
Where is Ulrika? The Queen Regent has declared that Ulrika be apprehended
as a traitor to the kingdom. All who seek to abet her will be tried in turn. Bring her before me at once.
Ulrika is gone.
What?
She stole away in the dead of night. Ask around. Several witnesses can confirm it. I cannot say why for certain, but I imagine she took your words to heart, Overseer. Realizing her plans for rebellion had been found out, she chose to abandon the village, for our sake.
You would have me believe that Ulrika was acting alone? That the rest of the villagers harbor no rebellious intent?
Aye, that's the long and short of it.
Very well. I shall take you at your word, sir. However, the absence of a leader will sow naught but chaos. For the time being, your village will be in our hands. If 'tis as you say, I do not expect there will be any objections.
Ah, there you are. There's aught I would ask of you. It concerns Ulrika. You've heard she fled the village, aye? Though that is the case, she would never truly abandon it. She left the village that she might fulfill her charge, protecting Vermont against the dragon. But as for where she went, I do not know. 'Twould be unwise for me to go looking for her, lest I draw the eyes of the Overseer's troops. However, should you happen to find her, would you tell me where she is hiding? I can only pray that she does not fall into the Queen Regent's clutches.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
My peace of mind depends upon your kindness, friend. Pray inform me if you find Ulrika. I can only hope she remains safe, and that the Queen Regent's web of lies ensnares her no further.
Why does the old man venture out to sea day after day? What does he seek to prove?
Curious, isn't it?
Mayhap his maundering will make more sense to us in time. It was an eventful journey, but we made it here all right.
To think I would meet you here. Or were you searching for me? I cannot return to Melve. Not till my name is cleared. Not till the dragon is found. This village also suffered the dragon's attack in the past. I intend to stay here and investigate its whereabouts. Pray, give my regards to everyone back home. Tell them that I swear to return as soon as I can.
Really now? You mustn't shirk your duty, lest you forget 'tis the Arisen we serve here.
I'm well aware of that, thank you.
Sir Leonard will be very glad to know that Sir Ulrika is safe. We ought to bring him these tidings post-haste.
Ah, 'tis a relief to hear that Ulrika is safe. Mayhap there is aught I could do for her, pervasive though the Queen Regent's influence has become. My humblest thanks. You've proven a friend to Melve and me as well. It isn't much, but here, I would not see you go unrewarded for your trouble.
Wish me to return?
Oh, what I wouldn't give for the background.
Aye. What brings you to Brocker's smithy? Looking for scale cinder, are we? Well, you're in a look. Our forge is flit. Oh, 'tis at an elf's behest, you say. I'm afraid that changes things a wee bit. Elves and dwarves don't get along, see? Brocker won't want to help you. Unless you were to offer him aught he couldn't resist. Listen, I happen to know there's one bit of elven culture no dwarf can turn their nose up at. All elven fare's bland as grass. All of it. That is, save this singularly flavoursome dish, nutriab. Course, no dwarf would openly admit to having a taste for it. But the fact of the matter is, the mere smell of that dish has dwarves foaming at the maw. Don't believe me? Bring a bowl of it to Brocker. You'll soon see.
So the blacksmith ought grant us some Gwefencha in exchange for nutriab. Shall we inform Miss Derren of this, Master? I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Beg pardon, sir, but you wouldn't happen to be Batali, would you? You're not? Oh, thank goodness. I've a favour to beg, and I dare say I oughtn't ask it of anyone but a fellow Vermundian. This letter must reach the hands of a man called Ernesto. I've heard tell he's stationed on Volcanic Island, but the road in that direction appears to have been blocked off. 'Twould seem another route lies to the south, only 'tis plagued by monsters, and I dare not brave it myself. But you seem the capable sort. A soldier, I dare say. I'm sure such beasts would pose little trouble for one of your skill. Pray aid me in this matter, sir. I should not ask such an ordeal of you if I was not sorely desperate.
We ought see this to its destination.
Kana el Geminhum, have you found Gwefencha? A dwarven blacksmith has some? Truly? But elves and dwarves do not see, eye to eye? I fear the smith will not heed my plea. You believe he will if I prepare an elven dish? Which one? Nutriab. Dwarves have a liking for it, they say? Are you certain? Nutriab is not very tasty. Few elves enjoy it. It is a pungent stew of old fish and apples, boiled till it forms a thick paste. But I shall prepare it, if it has any chance of bringing me Gwefencha. The Arbor Heart depends upon it. Would you be willing to gather the ingredients for me? You won't have to go far to find them. I thank you. I need only the two main ingredients, rotten apples and rotten fish. Bring them to me, and I will prepare nutriab.
Rotten fish and apples? My stomach lurches at the very thought. But I suppose we ought to procure them all the same.
Indeed, you are correct.
We have reached our destination. Do you have the ingredients? This is all I need. I will prepare the dish now. It shan't take long. My people dwell in the mountains, so we are rarely able to dine on fish from the sea. This dish was first made by an elf with a craving for fish, when no fresh fish was to hand. These fish already stink of the sea. Left to rot, they turn even more, pungent. Nutriab is oft served at celebratory events, but I have never seen anyone eat it. Everyone turns their noses from the smell. I must endure. It is almost finished, thankfully. The stink is more than I can bear. It is ready, but it is so vile. I cannot understand how anyone could stomach it, let alone enjoy it. I fear the dwarven blacksmith will be angry if I present him with this, but I will trust in you. Come, let us away to Batal. I thank you. Here, my brother gave this to me. Might we not use it now? The sooner we arrive, the better. Never have I left the arbor before this moment.
We're here, Master. So you'll be bringing the elf here, anon? That ought be interesting. Your bag! And who's that you've got with you? An elf? I ne'er met one afore. Not quite what I imagined, if I'm honest. Well met. The name's Sarah. I'm an apprentice here at the smithy.
Well met.
She's the one who's after the scale cinder, I expect. Have you brought some of that elven delicacy along with you then, like I suggested?
Yes, I have the Nutriarb with me.
Marvellous. I thought I smelt it on you. Mark me, you put that in front of Brocker, and he'll fain hear out your request. Right, follow me. I've just cleaned out the forge, see, so we'll need to make for the cavern where we dump all the excess scale cinder. Come on, you two. The cavern's this way.
Shall we follow Sir Sarah, Master? With any luck, we'll have pockets full of scale cinder before the day is done.
I am well aware of the particulars.
Right, here we are. Oi, Brocker, you in here?
What's all this racket? I thought I told you that... You imbecile! You brought an elf here, of all things! Get her out of here, now!
Hold a moment, Brocker. She's brought something for you. Don't you want to see what is?
A gift. For you.
Bah! What makes you think I'd be able to stomach your elven cooking? I'm gonna go dispose of this, and I expect the elf to be gone when I return.
What am I to do now?
What you came here for, of course. This is your chance.
Truly?
You'll have to be quick, mind. Brocker makes short work of his meals. While you're at it, you might have yourselves a little competition, eh? See who can collect more of the stuff. Anyway, good luck. I'll be outside keeping watch. Best start searching. Brocker might be back any moment. Oh, are you done collecting already? Hop to it then, eh? You won't find any scale cinder out here.
Oh, I've got some. My heart is racing. I thought the dwarf would catch us. How much scale cinder did you get? Oh, you got much more than me. I suppose you win. For now, I must return and tend to the Arbor Heart. I hope you will come visit us again. I should like you to see the Arbor Heart, restored. And I must thank you as well, Sarah. You and the blacksmith, Brocker.
Not at all. 'Twas my pleasure. I'm sure Brocker'd say the same if he weren't so stubborn. No thanks needed. I was just glad to be of use. I hope the scale cinder sees that tree of hers.